Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Corner Cauldron with me, Buffy, who is flat. Is my brother from another mother, is indisposed at the current moment. So, with that being said, we are going to be teaching you some things tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look here. I'm going to come out of here real quick, and I'm going to go into the live so that I can see everyone's comments. And get rid of this and rid of this and all rid of this stuffies. So how has everybody's weekend been? My week has been a week. Let me tell you that. That's exactly what I'm going to tell you. It has been a week. So we're going to see if everybody can see me and go from here. I'm going to wait till some people get online here so they can jump into the chat real quick. Since Bro isn't here tonight, I thought we would do something a little fun. Just let's put it that way. I'll turn those comments on so that everyone can see me. Don't mind the hair. On show up on StreamYard. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thanks for the closed captions, Tim. I really appreciate this. Maybe that'll help some people. So since Jim is unavailable tonight, I thought we would do something a little fun. By popular demand, I have been asked about 1.5 times how to go ahead and do some, we'll call it minor spells. Okay, so people are going to be logging on and are going to have the opportunity to grab the list of ingredients that I left on Facebook. All right, I wouldn't leave you in the dark. It's something that's on a budget. You can. Most of the spells that we're going to do tonight are things that you already have in your home. So I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to be able to sit down, grab what they need, and we're going to go ahead and move forward with that. Tim, if you want to pop in with questions, you have every carte blanche. Come on in and pop in if you have questions for tonight. So we're going to wait for a couple of seconds here, and then I'm going to get started because we have a lot of fascinating things to teach you tonight. And I hope everybody pays attention. So I see 2 people watching, but no comments coming in. If those 2 people that are watching on the Facebook page can jump in, 3 people are watching, jump on in either in StreamYard or on Facebook and let me know that they're there and they're watching. I'm going to post a comment here real quick. Howdy, all. Tim, you haven't posted your comment tonight either. Let's take a look here. I don't see any comments coming in yet. Be the first to make a comment. And I will comment here real quick. Oh, there we go. Jay White's in there. Tim Hopper's watching. Kathy Klimzak, nice to see you're in there. Oh, look, Margie's in the chat. Nice to see you all. I got some witchy poos in here. My goodness. Take a look so where I can see the comments real quick. Okay, so I'm going to get started. If everyone saw my Facebook post this afternoon, probably around 2:30-ish, 3-ish, You will notice that I decided that we were going to go ahead and work on 3 spells today. Okay. These 3 spells, like I said in the very beginning, are basic. One is, which is gunpowder. So don't get too excited. It's nothing about, you know, the, we're not talking about that tonight. Okay. That is something they call it, which is gunpowder for a reason. The other one is to stay and then come back. My internet sucks. I apologize for that. There's nothing I can do about that right now. The other one is the stay away spell. And then we're going to work on, pardon me, the luck spell. So, got their ingredients tonight. Mm. Okay, so hold on. We had to switch spots. You'll see me in the kitchen because my internet upstairs. This is why I'm a little late. My internet upstairs. Tim couldn't hear me. He could see me. Then I was frozen. So I'm going to be going in and out tonight. All right. The first spell that we are going to be working on tonight is called a witch's gunpowder. This is a spell where you're going to need a couple of things: coffee, black salt, black pepper, and that's basically it. If you don't know how to make your own black salt, it's very easy to make your own black salt. You can go to any metaphysical store and get the charcoal briquettes, the little round charcoals that we use when we are crafting, when we need to burn things. You're going to take one of those, pardon me, put it in a mortar and pestle. When you burn incense, keep those. You are going to take those ashes and put it on top of the charcoal briquette or the cauldron charcoal, the round cakes in the mortar and pestle. You're going to take an eggshell. I know eggs are expensive. We're not going to mortgage off the house. You make eggs for breakfast. The next thing to do would be to keep that shell. Don't throw it out. What you're going to do is you're going to wash it. You're going to egg. So you're going to take that out, wash it, and dry it. Once it is dry, and then you are going to grind all of that stuff together with some salt. There you have it. Black salt. You just made your own black salt. Make sure that you make the intention that when you are grinding it, that you are trying to keep negativity and anything that's evil, negative away. And you are grinding it hard. So it should be like a fine powder. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is take any glass container. This is something that doesn't have to be in a tight fitting jar. You can out of this here. I just pulled it out of my kitchen cabinet. So you can use whatever you have available that has a lid to it. Tupperware container is just as good. Anybody with any questions as of yet? I'm going to stand up for a second. have not gone away. I've just grabbed another supply. I have not gone away. I'm right here. I'm back. Oh my goodness. Okay. Witch's gunpowder. What does it actually do? What is it there for? So witch's gunpowder is basically when you want something to happen really fast. When you are working on a spell and you don't want to have fate wait to make it work, you want it now. And this is what happens. It speeds up the process of whatever you're doing. So whatever you are working on as a witchy poo, whatever spells you are working on, you can add some witch's gunpowder to make it move faster, to make it work faster. Okay? So, with that being said, I hope everybody got their ingredients. These you don't really have to measure, you can eyeball it. I didn't have time to measure today. I came home from work. My entire weekend was just a go, 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 go. So I didn't have a lot of time to measure anything. You are going to take coffee. This is coffee. This is what I had in the house to hold it. So, and this is the dry coffee. This is the good old Folgers Maxwell House. Not a sponsor. Use whatever you want. Fill it up to about there. I use a good 4 to 5 scoops of coffee. Okay. And as you are, okay. So now that I'm back, while you are making this, and to envision in your head, say one of your favorite movies, but play, playing in fast forward, or your favorite song being played in fast forward. You're running a race and you're winning, and you're just you can envision something like Flash Gordon. Okay, just something really fast while you're doing this. All right, so you have your coffee. Bye. Mama Duke says bye. Everyone, Mama Duke says bye to everybody. So you have your coffee. We are going to take some salt. Okay, some salt that I have in here. Pour as much as you feel is right. Ancestors tell you no. Tell your ancestors tell you to stop, child. Okay? This is when we work on intuition. We're working on it till the ancestors tell us to stop. All right? So that feels good enough to me. I've got salt in here. And I'm envisioning Speedy Gonzalez. Fast. I want it to happen fast. All right? Now, to that, I'm going to also add some black salt, right? And everyone see I added black salt. You see the black salt in there, right? Okay, so just to spice this up a little bit and make this move a little faster, what we're going to do is we're going to add some black pepper to it. Yeah, black pepper. Scoozy, be right back. This is what happens when you're unprepared and you're rushing. Far. I hope everyone's following. She said bye to everybody. Thank you, Tim. I have to keep refreshing my screen. So, we're going to take some black pepper. Ready? And we're going to grind that black pepper. Under the best conditions you would be able to see. See that black pepper in there that I put in there? I gave it a twist of 13. But you can always do more. So your aunt has to tell you to stop. Again, enough, child. Stop. So then, put the tight fitting lid on it. I have snap lids on mine. That way the kitty can't get into it. Nobody can get into it. Shake it up. All right. Shake it up. And this is what it looks like when it's done. Basically, it looks like coffee grounds with white bits in it. Okay. Thus far on what it does. We have talked about witches, gunpowder. This, a little dabble do you, honey. So this spell to move faster. That you think you don't want it to wait to hit the person. You want it now. You are impetuous. You are not the procrastinator. You're in a hurry. Sprinkle this, a little dabble do you. I would take a tablespoon of this, not even, maybe 2 teaspoons, and put this in whatever spell that you are making. And it will make it move faster. So there is your witch's gunpowder. You have learned to make witch's gunpowder. Look at that. I'm going to put my full screen on like this and hope that you can all see me. See that? Look at that. Any questions thus far? This is witch's gunpowder. And it's not talking about the gunpowder. Get that out of your head. This is called witch's gunpowder. Witches will use this and keep this in their closet. They'll keep it in their witchy closet. This is one of the essentials to have just in case. Any questions thus far? So we're going to get in here and see if anybody has any questions. Tim, you might know this is as some folk magic. This stuff is from the Appalachia grannies, the granny witches. So I'm surprised maybe your Mima or somebody had some of that in a closet just for a special occasion when you were being greedy and wanted it to hurry up. You were putting that lead brick on Karma's gas pedal kind of thing. So the next one we are going to do, since we have no questions about that. No questions? My goodness. Everybody, Everybody's awful quiet tonight. You don't have to be awful quiet. None of y'all have to be super quiet tonight. Okay. Let's do this. We are now going to work on the second spell. This spell is called, okay, with this spell, you're going to need a small jar with a tight fitting lid. Please make sure that it's not plastic. Most witches will use glass with stoppers like these. See? Doot, doot. Corks. If you don't have that, you can get the small jars that they have at the dollar store. You can get these. I think I got at Michael's. You can get them on the internet. You can get them on Amazon. You want to stay with small jars. Okay. You don't want big honking jars. You actually want smaller than this, but these are the only bottles that I had. And I didn't have time to run to the store. And I have smaller jars coming, but they've been delayed in transit. I wonder why. But enough of that. So with the stay away spell, you need this small jar with a tight fitting lid or a stopper, like a cork. You need a black candle. If you don't have black, you can use a white candle. White candle basically is universal. However, with that white candle, you may want to take one of these. This is just like an etching tool, or a pen, and put in there or put on the white candle a banishing or a protecting sigil. The one that I always go to, and I'll darken it, and I'll show you which one that I always go with. And Kathy, if you have another one that you use or that you like to use, you can definitely put this in the chat. Algis, this one right here. This is Algis. This is a sign of protection or of evil, negative. If you came into my house right now, you would see an Algis on every door and window on the sill. You don't even have to do it with pen when you do your windows and your doors. You can do it with some blessed oils, some protection oil, and just take it and put it on your thumb and make a symbol of an Algis on it. Okay. You also need vinegar. You need a small sandwich bag that you can Ziploc close. So what you're going to do is you're going to be putting this in the freezer, and I'll come back and I'll tell you why we are putting it in the freezer. I'll give everybody a few minutes to go, like maybe a minute or two to go grab your stuff. I will be back momentarily. All righty. I am back. You can't see me, but you can hear me. Okay. So we're going to put this down. Any other questions thus far? Take a look here. Let's see. Okay. So my questions came a little late, and I'm going to respond to that. Margie asked, what does the black salt do? Black salt wards away evil, wards away negativity, and it wards away comeback. So that, take for instance, if I were to go bless a house, the last thing I would do would be to put a ring of black salt around the house on the outside. That is preventing negative, ill-meaning spirits, evil inside the home. They cannot step on that black, over the black. Okay. The color black also absorbs negative energy. It absorbs comeback. So say, for instance, person found out that you did a spell on them that involved black salt. That spell would absorb the comeback, so you would not get it. Okay. Tim said you ate the witch's gunpowder, or real gunpowder. Please don't tell me you ate real gunpowder. Jay White said, I've been waiting for this one because we do it almost the same. Hey, Lucy. Which one, Jay? Which one were you talking about that you watch, or we do almost the same? You let me know. Okay. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to the next spell. Okay. You're also going to need hot pepper flakes, or you could use hot sauce. If you don't have hot pepper flakes, you can use hot sauce. You can use cayenne. You're also going to need a pen. Before you do this, you are going to cleanse these. Usually you will see on TV or social media them taking a stick of incense and going inside the jar with the incense and pulling it around and pulling it out. That is a way of cleansing a jar. You can use Palo Santo sticks. You can use anything that feels right to you. I have a triple goddess that I use sometimes. I have a tree of life that I use. It's a mystic tree of life. I also use with it some of the Nagchampa for that. Okay. But if you don't have incense or you don't like it, you can use salt and water. I happen to use salt water in mine. You'll see it's still wet on the inside. Okay. Very important that when you start these next two spells, that you purify or cleanse the jar on the inside. Okay. They are not incorrect in letting you know that you need to the stay away spell. Okay. So with that being said, cleanse jar. Again, these are a little bigger because this is all I had. Okay. What you are going to do is you are going to take this piece of paper, right? No bigger than this. All right. With that, you are going to write the person's name that you want to block, that you don't want to be near you. You want them to stay away. All right. Make sure you grab a good pen. And I am just going to write just some nonsense or some lines. Okay. You can even write their initials, but their full name, sometimes it works best. Okay. So I am just going to put the word name. Okay. But you want to put their name that you want to block. Okay. So with that being on the paper, you're going to take your bottle. Vinegar. Doesn't matter what kind of vinegar. It can be apple cider vinegar, red wine vinegar, champagne vinegar, white vinegar. I just happen to have a shit ton of white vinegar, so that's what we're using. You want to fill the jar up at least halfway. Okay. See how mine is like a little more than halfway? You do not want to fill it up all the way, and there is a reason for this, and I will let you know shortly. Okay. With that being said, you're going to take this. You are going to take, oh, look what I have, cayenne pepper. If you don't have cayenne pepper, like I said, or red pepper flakes, you can use hot sauce. Anything that's going to burn. And you make sure you put a lot of this in there. Okay? But don't get it in your eyes, honey bunnies. Please don't get it in your eyes. Because if you get it in your eyes, it is going to burn like the dickens. Do not rub your hands and then rub your face with this. Because again, this will cause you problems. You will burn. Your eyes will burn. So please be very careful. And don't do like I did, because I just spilled it all over myself. And we're just hoping that the kitty cat doesn't get any of it. So we're going to do it this way. Oh, look, we got a whole bunch in there. See that? Whole bunch. Make it burn. You want this to burn. You want this to burn that person. Okay. So now what you're going to do, you are going to take the name of the person that you wrote on this piece of paper. Be very specific. Make sure that when you do this spell, your intention is right. You're right up here. You're right with this. You're right with this, and you're right with your gut. Don't do this spell on a day when you're sick. Because if you do it when you're sick, it may backfire. And we don't want it to backfire. To write. Oh, so you use lemon juice, brown piece of paper and pencil to write, and then use the pepper and the vinegar. Yeah, there are different cultures that do this differently. I'm just showing you what I do or what I was taught. Through the masses, through all different cultures, you will find that things are a little different. That they may add something or not put something in there that you put in there, but basically it's the same. Okay? The name, the paper with the name on it. Please, for the love of all that is good and holy, do not fold it towards you. Folding it towards you means you're taking it in. Folding it away from you means you want it to go. So what we are going to do, take this paper, fold it away from you. See how I'm folding it towards the camera, so it is away from me. I am then going to take it and fold it again away from me. I am then going to rotate it. So if you see, look at it. See it? I folded it this way. Then I'm folding it this way away from me. I am then turning it and folding it again away from me. Okay. And because my jar's mouth is a little short, I'm going to fold it again one more time away from me. You can do it 3 times. Any numbers of 3, 13. You can do it 13 times. I just chose to do it a little bit more because my mouth of my jar is a little wider or smaller than most. You are then going to take this piece of paper. You're going to dunk it in there. You're going to take a pen or something. And you are going to push it down. You want to get it completely saturated. Okay. And as you are pushing it down, you are saying, in vinegar, your name will stay. So what you want to do is replace your name with the name of the person you put in here. So I'll just pick a dumb name of somebody I don't even know. All right. In vinegar, Sally will stay. Chili burns and keeps you away. Now I freeze you from my path. Stay away forever. This is now. I have said it. So now it shall be. Okay. So then what you're going to do, the reason we didn't fill it up all the way, we are going to cap this with your top. All right. Please, for the love of all that's good and holy, don't burn your house down. Okay. Because now we're going to play with fire. Fire. We're playing with fire. I do not have a black candle. I have a white one that I put the algae symbol on. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to light this. I love to learn. What's good? Just, yeah. Lost you. Now you're back. I'm sorry, Kathy. I told people in the very beginning, my internet sucks. Hopefully within the next couple of months, it'll be fixed. But right now it sucks. And unfortunately, this is all I have. So I'll repeat it again. In vinegar, and you're going to insert the person's name that you put on the piece of paper. In vinegar, we'll say Sally. Will stay. Chili burns and keeps you away. Now I freeze you from my path. Stay away forever. This I have said, so now it shall be. Okay? The reason you're not filling it up all the way, I will give you the instructions. I do not have a black candle. White is okay to use as long as you put a sigil on it for protection or banishing. I've put an algaes on this candle. You can also take some protection oil and anoint this oil with protection oil that you can get in any metaphysical shop. Okay. We are going to light this candle. And we're playing with fire. Oh, I got it on my newly done fingernails. So what we're going to do is we are going to drop wax on this candle, on this container to seal it. Make sure that you get the edges. And make sure you do this over a fire-safe plate. Please do not just do this willy-nilly. And make sure that you have a place to put this container or this candle when you're done. Capiche? I hear that somebody's burning their damn house down because Buffy said. No, Buffy didn't say burn your house down. So you're going to make sure that it is completely sealed. And don't burn yourself, please. Okay. So when it is good and sealed, it should look something like this with the wax around it, but being sealed. And I just dripped wax on my keyboard. Yay. We're going to have to clean that up later. Okay. So, again, the reason I told you guys okay, so it should look like this. Sealed, completely sealed. So if you're using a bottle with a cork, go ahead and put wax where the cork is touching the glass first and go around. And then keep pouring it on the top. If you have a wax melt for those, special invitations that y'all get, the ones with the wax seals like the kings used to do, use that. Faster, quicker. So now what we're going to do, the reason I told you not to fill it up completely, we are going to use that sandwich bag that I told you to get. And I happen to have one. Right here. Although mine isn't a sandwich bag. Baller on a budget. Use what you got. You're going to put this, once it is cooled off, put this in the sandwich bag. Get as much of the air out of it as possible and zip up the sandwich bag. See it in the sandwich bag? It's in the sandwich bag. The reason it's in the sandwich bag is because we're putting this in the freezer. It's kind of dual. So it's a freezing spell and it's a stay away spell at the same time. So you're going to take this and you're going to stick it in your freezer far, 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 far in the back. Where all this stuff is, where your science experiments are, that, a year later, you're going, what the hell is that in the back of my refrigerator or back of my freezer? Yeah. And forget about it. Do like Uncle Vinny. Forget about it. Okay? We're just going to make sure we forget about it. Oi. So any questions on that so far? That is kind of like a dual spell. It is not only a stay away spell, but again, a freezer spell. So if you want to freeze somebody, real quick tip, all you got to do is write their name on a piece of parchment paper and telling them that you're binding them and you freeze them and that they are to stay away from you. And then you tie it up with a black string You dip it in wax. You seal both ends with black wax, black candle wax, or white, whatever you got. With the symbol on it. And you stick it in the freezer, in a sandwich bag in the freezer. Yeah. That'll stop somebody from running running their mouth. You got that person running their mouth. You got that person that won't leave you alone. As many times as you've told them, please leave me alone. You've been polite. You've avoided them. And they just keep coming back. Girl, it's time to put your foot down. Boy, it's time to put your foot down. Okay? Listen, I'm nice to people until I am forced to adjust somebody's energy. And I will up somebody's energy. Trust me. I'm not behind that. I give you 11,000 chances, 11,000 chances. And if you're not paying attention to me, guess what? Bye-bye. I have to flip a switch. I'm a Pisces. I'm allowed to do that. Kathy, you know about us Pisces, honey. You know about us Pisces, honey. We got all 12 signs in ourselves. We are part of the mutables. And listen, I'm going to do what I need to do to keep my peace. Okay. I told you to keep your peace, but you didn't. So guess what? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. So, any questions? Any questions? Any questions? I'm going to see if my internet will work down here. See if I can get... We're just going to do that. And see if we can get people moving here. We've had 25 questions. Lost you, now you're back. I'm doing good, Tim. Stay away. Yes, that's a stay away spell. All right. Next spell we are going to do has quite a few components where you can either add or subtract. Okay. I know a lot of people don't have a lot of things. I'm trying to situate this camera so I can say it to answer your question. And that's not working. So we're just gonna, how about we just do it that way? We're just gonna do it that way. Okay. The next one is the luck spell. Okay. And this is hilarious because I watched someone do this on the internet without any explanations, but of course, but they had the song Popular from what's the name of that movie? Wizard of Oz. Wicked. That's what I'm trying to think of. Wicked. But I'm going to give you the instructions so you can be popular. Okay. So again, clean jar. All right. Boop, 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 boop. I have already blessed my jars. There is an incense that I absolutely love. Jay, if you are in the chat, if you can write down the name or type in the name of the incense that I actually used for this one. It is called Khalifa. It is an Egyptian. It wards away negative. It brings on good spirit. And that's what I cleansed this jar with. So remember, incense, if you have it, use triple moon. You can use the drawing money incense to cleanse this jar. You can use Tree of Life. You can use Triple Goddess. I use Tree of Life sometimes. Anything like that. Good for this. Your cleansed jar. For this one, you are going to need salt, basil, small rose quartz. And I have rose quartz chips. If you don't have rose quartz chips, you can substitute Himalayan sea salt, the chunky Himalayan sea salt. You can substitute rose petals. It's all about calling into yourself, calling into yourself. And a small piece of paper, a green candle, and a lighter. So we're going to start, okay? I am going to put in my salt. Now, with this, always good intentions. You are seeing good luck happening to you. You are manifesting this entire time that you are calling this in. Always remember, you can find it, Kaifi, that's it, Kaifi. You can find it on Amazon, according to Jay. Jay gave me some, and let me tell you, I love it. The smell of it is just, wow, absolutely amazing. And it is good for warding off negative and bringing good spirit in. So while you're doing this, you're manifesting good things. You are manifesting, you are seeing yourself being, having good luck, abundance, prosperity, being popular. I don't sing. I would break the microphone if I sang any higher. Popular. So we're going to do it. I'm going to be popular. Okay. Enough of that. Always invest in some amber jars. I love my amber jars to death. They help me with a lot of spell work. This is sacred salt. So basically sea salt. Okay. Again, this is eyeballing it. You are putting as much in there until you hear your ancestors say, stop, child. Stop, child. You had enough. I'll put a little more in there since I have they're weird shaped jars and it takes a lot of ingredients to put in here. Okay. So now that I've put this white salt or sacred salt, sea salt in it, I'm going to take yet another piece of paper and I'm going to manifest some good things today. I'm going to manifest a lot of good stuff today. All right. So as I'm manifesting, what am I manifesting? I am manifesting, and you're going to write down. You can write, I am popular. You can write down, I manifest abundance. I manifest prosperity for myself. Okay. I manifest good luck. So I say it, so shall it be. I don't care if you're manifesting. Make it rain. Make it rain. Okay. We're going to make it rain up in here. It does. It smells amazing. It smells amazing. So on this one, we're going to do the reverse because we want to bring this into ourselves. We're manifesting for ourselves. We're going to take this and we're going to fold it towards us. Remember, anything towards you, you're calling in. Anything you are doing away from you, you are calling out. 2. And I'm going to do it one more time. 3. Okay. And as you are making this, you are manifesting for yourself. Okay. Manifest for yourself. That's a good thing. All right. Put it in there. Lay it in there. Lay it in there, sister. Or mister, whoever you are. Sister, you do this if you're a man too. And on top of that, what I am going to do is I'm going to take some basil. I don't know if you can see it in there. No, it's not the other stuff. It's basil. We're being nice. And again, putting that basil in there, I'm going to weigh this down with a little more salt. You might want to weigh down the paper so it stays like kind of semi-flat like that with some more salt. Put as much basil in there as you want, honey. Basil is good. Basil is for luck. Basil is for good fortune. Basil is holy. It's for purifying too. Okay. And I just happen to have some rose petals, some rose buds or rose hips. I'll put some rose hips in there because I have some. Again, not something you have to go out and get. If you don't have it, don't use it. Rose represents loving yourself. Okay. The pink quartz, loving yourself. Right? This is all about abundance. This is about loving ourselves. This is about wishing ourselves good luck. Pink is also the sign of friendship. It's also the sign of tranquility and love. So there you go. So I'll put some rose hips in there or some rosebuds in there. Okay. I'm going to take it even one step further. If you do not have the pink quartz shards, again, all this you can get on Amazon. If you don't have it, pink Himalayan sea salt. But I have unfinished pink quartz. And I'm putting some in. I'm loading it up, honey. I'm loading it up. This is the one that I want you to make sure that the jar is small enough that you can put it in your handbag. You can put it in a handbag. You can put it in a duffel bag, something that you take with you every day because you're going to walk with this. Okay. You're going to take this everywhere. Everywhere, baby. Everywhere. That's what I'm talking about. So once that is done and you're still manifesting good things, we're still manifesting amazing stuff for us. We're now going to take a green candle. Voila, look, green candle. I know it looks black, but it's actually green. You can see it. Green. You can anoint these candles with some good luck oil. Again, found in any metaphysical shop. You don't have to if you don't want to, but that's an extra added punch. We're going to light this baby. Fire! 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 Be like Beavis and Butthead. Fire! 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 And we are going to do the same thing that we did to the other candle or to the other spell with the stay away spell. Please do not try and catch your cork on fire like I just did. We don't want to burn the house down. I'm pretty sure that Mama Dukes would have my head on a silver platter. I mean, we're going to make sure that this is completely sealed. If it gets the drippies and it runs all over the place, that's fine. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Remember, these are basic spells. We're having fun. Is everybody having fun? I know I'm having fun. I'm having fun. I hope everybody is having fun doing this. I don't know why my comments. Anybody have any questions? I'm having a whole bunch of fun doing this. I'm gonna see if I can exit my full screen and see if I have any questions. No? You guys are awful quiet tonight. Usually I have a bazillion and a half questions from like Lucy. Kathy's being real quiet tonight. Jay, you're being way quiet tonight. Dave Cummings is being extremely quiet. And this because my jar is so big, it's actually maybe require me to close it with the entire candle. But once you have it saturated to where there's no openings, because we wouldn't want this like spilling all out all over everything and everybody's. All right. Enough of that nonsense. So it should look like this. Okay. This you are going to put in your backpack. You're going to put it in your pocketbook. You're going to put it in something that you carry on a daily basis. This is, you can kind of consider it a witch's bottle that you keep them with you wherever and out of sight. So please do not be putting it on your desk at work and people come by and say, "What is that?" No, that is not for them to see. It is not for them to see at all. Okay. That is for you and your eyes only. Okay. That is why you will hear the black curvy witch all the time saying, "Put it back. Why you would put it back? Please put it the hell back. Why are you digging shit up? If it looks like it doesn't belong to you, put it back and leave it alone." Okay? No reason for you to be digging shit up. Okay? I'm going to come a little closer and go back to my full screen since I don't have anybody saying much of anything tonight. I know we went a little over time. How long do you keep it? Okay. Long for, oh my goodness, they would not have a field day. I promise you. Aaron tell me they're gonna have a field day with me.
If I caught you with that in your pocketbook, I would take you and lock you up until I got the results back from that. Hello, Buffy. How are you, Buffy?
Yeah. No. No. I'm doing good. Don't they have them field tests? They can take a sample of that and put it in that little baggie they got when they pop the little thing and see it ain't drugs.
Yeah, but sometimes that can be compromised.
That's all they got to do. Yeah. Yeah. Well, whatever's.
You're all good.
Again, easy spells. Before I left, before I left tonight, I wanted to let everybody know in the chat that the reason we have not had a witch's wing in it. Okay. We have not had, I feel safe now to say it. We have not had a witch's winging it because my co-host Jen Dotson and her sister, who is a family member, who is JoJo, their dad passed away 2 weeks ago on a Monday. So exactly 2 weeks ago, their dad passed away. So we have been giving them time to grieve. And I did go to the viewing. So did Bro. He went to the viewing. Tim and Donna, thank you so much for lighting that candle. I did say it on the funeral home's website. So I told Jen and Joanne that when I was close to their dad, or I knew their dad personally. So I gave them and did tell them at the viewing that whenever they were ready. It does not have to be now. It doesn't have to be ever. But whenever she felt like she was ready to come back and do which is winging it, the door would be open. So please be respectful to Jen and to JoJo. They are having a really tough time, especially JoJo. So just be respectful. And just keep them in your prayers for as long as you can. It's important to do so. So we need to have his name was Robert. I affectionately called him Bobbert, and he hated it, but he would laugh when I called him Bobbert. So please be very respectful and understand that both of them are still going through the grieving process. There is not a time limit to grieving. Okay? They need to grieve as long as they need to grieve. So when Jen is ready to come back, please be very respectful to her. It is very important to me because I know Jen and JoJo outside of this box that you see us in personally. So please be very respectful. And whenever they're ready to come back, we will. Until then, if, we come to the decision that I want to have like co-hosts or special co-hosts on in between before Jen is ready to come back on, then I'll put it out there. But just say white light, say prayers, say blessings for his spirit and for the entire family. So to all his grandbabies, to his wife, Barb, to JoJo and Jen and Bruce and Brian. It is very important that we keep them in our prayers and say good things to White Light. I don't know if there will be a show next Monday. We're going to see, and I'm going to play it by ear. I am going to allow Jen to tell me when she is ready to come back. I mean, I think I'll ask her this coming weekend if she's ready. And if she tells me not quite yet, then that's fine. I'll start thinking about putting special guests into slots with her so that we don't let the show keep not appearing. All right. So this is very important to Tim and very important to Bro and I and all of you guys that we continue with the Witches Winging It. We got a great response from you guys for wanting to continue with what we're doing. I mean, Jen is Jen is the other half of Witches Winging It. I mean, her and I have such good chemistry, and I love messing around with Jen. She is a jokester. She is easy to get along with. She comes up with some of the amazing topics that we have. So please keep them in their prayers, and that's all I have to say about that. Any questions, Tim? If you want to come back on, you can come back on, honey, and close out the show with me. Or if there are any questions regarding any of what we did.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, just to let everybody know, prayers going out to Jen and JoJo and all the family, especially, JoJo and Jen. Jen has always
Yeah.
been a part of this show, always from day one. She's
Since the very
always
beginning. Yeah.
absolutely, and she's always been a team player when it comes to fill in for
Yeah.
co-host. And we want to
Yep.
give her that time that she needs to heal, along with everyone else. But we thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and it's a little different for me because I haven't seen any of that stuff in years and years.
Oh,
Right?
but you remember some of it. I
I
told
do
you about
remember
that
some of it.
that
Because,
witch's gunpowder. I'm sure your Mimo has some.
well, a lot of people don't realize my background and where I come from. So, you
Yep.
know, I'm familiar with some of it.
That Appalachian magic. Yep.
Well, that's what it was called, right? Appalachian
Hmm.
magic.
Yep.
And as we know, I had some ancestors that were actually hung
Hmm.
because they practiced the Appalachian magic.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but times are different now. So
Yep.
we can do these things, and if you really reflect back on those ingredients and the time that these Appalachian uh, healers put into these recipes and stuff, you'll see pretty much the same ingredients in modern medicine if you really do your homework and do your research. So there's no difference in a pharmaceutical making
That's
these
correct.
recipes, right? Uh,
Native Americans came up with the first aspirin, willow
well, I mean,
bark.
yeah, exactly, and be honest with you, I used to chew it,
Yeah,
and
that's what ails you.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The willow bark and the willow branches, I used to run them through my teeth and stuff and chew on the
Hmm.
the remnants of that. There's a
Yep.
lot of things, a lot of things. So,
Yep.
but anyway, thank you, Buffy, for uh, doing the show with all these hiccups and everything with your internet. And
It's
you
horrible. I'm
know,
sorry.
no, I mean, we have our moments, and
Yep.
but we always come through, right? And that's
Yes, we
just who
do.
we
We
are.
prevail.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
but anyway, thank you for that. I want to thank all of our listeners for coming in and the
Yeah,
chat.
we had a lot of them come in.
Yeah.
I was
So
surprised.
we're always welcome to everyone out
Yeah.
there, and and we do
Mhm.
show respect to everyone out there. Um, doesn't matter who you are. We're who
Absolutely.
we are, right? My path might be a
Yep.
little different from some of our listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, we have a journey, right? We have a journey,
Yes, we do.
and we are the only ones that can go through that journey.
Very true.
Now, that's not to say that we have, you know, spirit with us all the time to help us, to
Mm-hmm.
guide us in these things. That's where our spirit guides and our teachings come in at. So, but anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that's another show. That's
Totally
another
different
show.
show.
Uh, but I just want to thank everybody for really coming in here tonight and
Mhm.
putting up with the quagmires as we call them
Oh
sometimes.
boy.
The gremlins is another name we use.
Yes.
You know. So feel free to throw your own remarks out there as well. But anyhow,
Yes.
we love and care about each and every one of you. And if anybody wants to come on as a guest, feel free to do so.
Yeah.
Uh, you know,
We've
it
got
doesn't
plenty of time.
matter.
Like crickets. I
Absolutely.
keep hearing crickets
Yeah, absolutely.
in my
So,
email. Crickets.
right. And let Buffy know. And I will definitely
Cricket.
put you right in
Yeah,
here. Yeah, absolutely. Uh,
absolutely.
Now,
And
you
I
do
don't want
have
to
to
hear
have a
anybody got
decent
stage
internet.
fright. Yes. No, I haven't. Have to have
So,
a decent internet.
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
working on it.
no. Listen,
I'm
never get
working on
stage
it.
fright with this. Never. Never get
Oh
stage
no.
fright with this. Never do that. Never
No.
do that.
Yeah.
This is one of the most laid back shows that probably is out there. But yeah,
Absolutely.
and we've been doing it for how long, Buffy?
I want to say 8 years since the
Yeah,
very beginning of Paranormal Talk 2. And then
absolutely.
this will be our 5th year this October with Corner Cauldron. Five
Yeah,
years
awesome. So,
with
so
Corner
see,
Cauldron.
there's no use to get stage fright with this, and we'll put
No,
you on there. And we'll make you feel
absolutely not.
comfortable. All right. So, but anyway,
Absolutely.
Buffy, I'm gonna give it back to you, and
All right,
everybody,
everybody.
you have a good night from this end.
All right, everybody. Again, thank you all for tuning in tonight. We hope you learned about those spells. They're easy, basic spells that you can use for protection for yourself and bringing in abundance to yourself. And maybe if you like this, I'll do some more and get a little more in depth. But any hoodles, the next show may be Monday with Witches Winging It. Depends on how Jen's feeling. If not, I will definitely post it out there what's going on. And then the following week, we will have Connor Cauldron again, and Bro will be back. Hopefully, any hoodles. Love, light, and blessings to every single one of you. And guess what? Guess what? We have another Sabbath coming. So everybody needs to get prepared for Beltane. Beltane comes in May, honey. It's the maypole season. All right. So maybe we'll talk about that too sometime. All right. With that being said, again, thank you all for tuning in. We hope you learned something tonight. Again, my email is ghostwhisperer318@gmail.com. Ghostwhisperer318@gmail.com. Feel free to email me any questions, comments, concerns, ideas for brand new shows. Spirit Searcher 649@gmail.com is Bros. That's Spirit Searcher 649@gmail.com. You can email him as well. Anywho, it's getting late. I got to get out of here and clean up all this muss that I just created. All right, everybody, go clean up your mess. And happy practicing. Happy being magical and witchy poos and making spells. Happy spelling. All right. Love, peace, and chicken grease, y'all. Bye. Love you all.